So, Akash, when AIB, there was this whole befuddle around AIB and everybody went after their ass to speak. Do you see that, was that an example that they were trying to set, or is that something that's frightened the political satirists who are few and far in between? There's lots of great stand-up comedy now. Yeah. In this last decade, it's really come of age in many ways. But political satire, what's the message out there? From Didi in Bengal to Karnataka, you put out a little thing and you get picked up, etc. How do you, given that you're increasing in terms of the number of viewers you're getting, how do you cope with stuff like that? Do you get hate mail? Do you get troll? Do you get an Alprax in the morning before you open your mobile phone? What do you do?
So, packages aside, all of them obviously happening on a daily basis. Blank calls, threats, you should be shot, etc., etc. And you see what happens is when you start writing that, eventually somebody takes that seriously. But that is life. So for example, I know of many journalists who are still trying to speak out. They take some basic precautions. So I wouldn't have put it on my Twitter that I'm here. I will put it after I have left the place. And unfortunately, this is a standard precaution that many people have started taking. That's where we are today. But, the reality of AIB going down and other comedians, and I really thought that if this election would have thrown a mixed result, I'm not expecting much from the Congress, but I was hoping that we would have had some sort of an opposition. You would have seen an explosion.
But why how are they any different from anybody else in power? When they come to power, they're no different.
Correct. So, here is the point. If you have some balance of power, then at least somebody can think of making fun of the government. But when there is no balance, and it's basically 99 versus 1, you see a lot of people then back down. I know of a lot of comedians who would like to do political stuff, but they really don't want to. Their shows will get cancelled, they will get harassed. Who wants to take all this? I have been a journalist for 10 years, so I have a thicker skin. I am 100% publicly funded in the sense that we have patrons who fund us. So we say that we are publicly funded, not like shares. So we can afford to do this. But who wants to lose out on all the corporate clients, the money that is coming in? So that's why people are backing down, people are being conservative, people are not taking on the government. And that's exactly the play, because when you do not have any complaints, then the government can do whatever it wants.
In America, much of the late night comedy shows are sort of Trump oriented because he's amazing. 4:30 in the morning, he'll give you fodder for the rest of the day. So, hey, but do you, in your shows, sort of mention the one who can't be mentioned here? Do you? Or the two mentions of the two people?
We mention Narendra Modi and Amit Shah every other day.
You haven't heard this here, and we are a very neutral platform, and we at Media Rumble disown any such thing. We're very even-keeled, and we're a great platform, and we at Teamwork Arts also believe that. My colleagues keep shouting at me.
The views expressed are only of the person concerned, have nothing to do with Media Rumble. So satire, and it's very difficult to explain to people. So I'm Akash Banerjee. That means I'm Mamta Banerjee's nephew. That is the obvious understanding. So they say, "Tu Mamta Banerjee ka nephew hai, pati hai, bhanja hai, bhai hai." I've got all of that. And then they say, "Who are you?" I said, "I have the same relationship with Mamta Banerjee as..."
But not Toy Boy. Sorry.
No, thankfully. Yeah, I haven't. Your imagination is much more than the Bhakts. So I say that I have the same relationship with Mamta Banerjee as Nirav Modi would have had with Narendra Modi. And then they get the point. But the fact is...
And what is that? Is that a investigation?
But at least not a familial relationship. It's very difficult to explain to people that satire, any satirist worth his salt will say that you have to take on the powers that be. In today's India, the media is more on taking on the Congress and the Trinamool. Where is the fun in that? Satire is about taking on the establishment. That is the base rule of satire. But unfortunately in India, media and even some of the comedians are taking on the opposition.
Rahul Gandhi.
We're done he's gone.
So are you saying
that the Congress is in coma?
So are you saying that the media has no reed ki haddi?
Then it would be insulting to say to reed ki haddi also. I think in emergency, the whole thing about the media crawling. This is the reverse situation. It's not crawling. It is cheerleading. It is worse than crawling. When you crawl, you regretfully, grumbly do something that has been forced. But when I see the headlines today, it is cheerleading that is happening from the top channels, from the top anchors. And you just wonder what sort of pressure or what sort of finances might be involved to get that done. I mean, I will not settle at least for at least 100 crores. I mean, maybe to sell my soul.